Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Robocraft with me, Lathrix. In today's episode, we're going to get straight into it, and we are going to be doing something which I'm actually rather looking forward to. We're going to be making a new helicopter, a big helicopter, hopefully, and you could possibly take this as a build tutorial, as I have built something similar yesterday before destroying it, or you could just take it as me faffing around and trying to make something which I actually like the look of. We're going to be trying to make a decent tier 7, or, yeah, a decent tier 7 copter, and it's going to be either a plasma bomber copter or the usual SMG copter, which is very, very common at the moment. It's going to be one of the two, I'm not exactly sure which, but our goals are to make it very, very big, and because of this, we're going to be using the tier 6 armor blocks, just so we can have quite a few of them without any worry about our ranking going a little bit too high. So for this, we're either going to be using, I'm not sure, tier 8 or tier 9 rotor blades, despite the fact it isn't tier 7, because I have had some huge issues with the fact that, well, rotor blades have rather big hitboxes, and, well, quite frankly, simply do not, well, what's what I'm looking for? Do not survive particularly well if attacked by SMGs or their ilk. So trying to have a bit of an over-tiered copter is rather nice. Now I'm not actually sure if a tier 8 copter rotor blade rather is over tiered in tier 7, as I'm not sure if you buy it with tier 7 blocks or simply the usual tier 8 blocks, as many blocks do seem to be one tier ahead of the tech tokens they actually take. So yeah, we'll be getting started straight away then, and we've made a block. Now this block is a special block as it is our block and no other blocks can dare to compete. And, okay, so first of all, we want to sort out, before we start prettifying it or even making it look half decent, we want to sort out exactly how. Now, I know when it goes back, eventually, yeah, that's going to do that. So, we want to sort out the back blade. How are we going to do the back blade? So, it has two functional blades to start off with, which, of course, are very much needed as well. One blade or two blade. One blade, simply, it can work if you're very careful about it, but generally speaking, it's not the best. I'm going to most likely go for a quad copter kind of look. I want 4 blades as opposed to 2, as once again, blades are fragile, having multiple tends to help, as well as making it extremely stable. So I want these on the back. Now, the question is, how high would I need to build this to actually place the next piece of the copter? That high? Okay, so that high is how high we're going to need it, which is rather high, honestly, but I'm okay with that. We're going to make it big, like I said, so it won't look that bad in the end. It'll probably look bad to start off with, but the start isn't the end now, is it? So that can go there. Oh, it can't. It's one higher than that. Okay. Perhaps we could put it a little bit further back, then. Just to make the bulk look a bit more natural, as opposed to kind of forced on. So, something like this. So that's the height, not that height. Okay. So that's where it's going to go, where that block is, so that's where it's going to go eventually, so we need to obviously bulk this up, make it a bit more survivable. So, let's do this. Make it look special. Thankfully, the blades do have 5 hard points as opposed to the standard 1 for most blocks, so you can be a bit silly with the design. Now that looks ugly right now, obviously, but obviously we're also not done in the slightest, so I'm sure it won't look quite so bad later on. Well, maybe it will, maybe it won't, who knows. Oops, a daisy, there we go. There we are. So, we also want other wings opposed to this, and we want to make it look interesting in addition. So, currently, that should fly, and that is fairly high. We could make it a little bit further back and lower it down, but how much further back would it need to be? That's the question. Let's delete this for now. Let's see if we can put it further back. As I say, this is mostly just me faffing around building than a tutorial, but you could take it as a tutorial if you really want. Okay, so you can put it back. So we could put it here, and that way we wouldn't even have to bulk it quite so high. So I think that is the idea we're going to go with. So place it like this just for now. Placement of the copter blades, of course, is the main thing we should be focusing on. So these aren't going to be able to place then. Of course they're not. So back to the front. We need some more front armor because this is going to hold weapons and hold the 2 side wings, as was similar to my last design I came up with. So let's sort that out just straight away. Of course, we can do the mirror tool, which we'll be getting into now. I just didn't want to do it while doing it then, since I was doing one block at a time. I just really wanted to see exactly what I was doing right then and there. Now, I have got a bit of a lack of prisms, and I don't really want to use prisms too much. I tend to overuse them a little. So let's see if we could do something like this. Then we could put these here. And we can have eyes on our robots. Excellent. Okay, let's do that, but a bit further back then. So replace those, put those there, and then those go here, and then the new eyeballs can go here and here. There we go. And then single block there, a prism block there, that goes there, and we have a kind of like a gaping jaw. Wow, gaping maw. Okay, bit of a flat-fronted front. Okay, that's fine with me. And so we've got a lot of front armor there to protect our cockpit, which is exactly what I wanted, which is wonderful indeed. Now, let's do that just for now until I figure out exactly what I'm going to do. Now, I have had a bit of an idea in my head how I wanted to do something on the sides. This is going to be a bit of a test, and it may end up looking awful. It may end up looking like the most beautiful thing in the universe, though I highly doubt the latter. I kind of want like a case. So it's as if it's holding something here on the side. Now I want inside then to have a flag. Obviously the flag I'll be using is the Union Jack, as well I am from the UK, so it is natural that I use my own flag for this. Where's my flag? There it is. And there we are. How'd that look? Not sure just yet. We need to bulk out the sides, I think, a little bit more as well anyway, so let's do that. Then that can hold it a little bit more, like so. And then on this side we'll do the same. So delete that just for now, put that there and that there. And, how am I going to do the bottom? Kind of feel like I need to put blocks there as well. You know, I actually quite like that. It's like a little chest piece. It's like a bit of a chest it's got going on. Kind of want to bulk out the back here a little bit just for a bit of a counterweight, as otherwise we're going to have very heavy front and not so heavy back, which could be a bit of an issue indeed. I'd rather actually go back one more like that. Okay, that looks better to me. That looks better to me. Well, that's okay-ish, I guess. So, now we go with this. Now, these are going to have to be quite far out, so we're just going to do like a kind of skeletal kind of structure just for now, just to see how far I'm going to need this before I can actually use it. Of course, I want it to be one lower to test it, and that's where the blade's going to be. There, and very close. What's actually blocking it? Oh, of course, that's blocking it. Oh, that's an issue. If I put it one up, I've got a feeling that the blade itself will block it. Oh, that's an issue indeed. So what we're going to have to do is delete those two just for now. Put that there, and then these are going to have to go downwards. Just for there, just to hold the actual piece in place. Okay. Yeah, okay, I like the distance between all the blades. 3 heavy front blades, one at the back. If the back one gets annihilated, it's absolutely fine. It shouldn't impede the ability to fly in the slightest, which is a nice thing indeed, considering it's quite a, well, it's quite a, no one's a fragile piece, but certainly a nice target for any rails who are inclined to aim. So, perhaps less of those then. Building is not my strong point, can you tell? I was saying that playing is not my strong point either, so strong points aren't necessarily needed. Well, teleported inwards there for some reason, that was certainly interesting. Now, obviously want to bulk out this as much as possible just for protection's sake, and once again, I am after quite a big flyer. I don't want something which is absolutely tiny. Now, this is actually bigger than the original starting, what's it called, bay, so it certainly got to the size of big. Now, that really is an issue which is annoying. The fact that the blades have a really interesting hitbox when it comes to this. And it's fine, but it's where this little section here goes through, it's lower. So, of course, naturally, it is a bit of a issue. Put there for now. We will also need thrusters and such, so we could possibly bulk out lower. Or we could... we could... Can we put that there? No, because the blade. How far do you have to go back before we can actually put it on the same height as the block? Ridiculously far. Is the answer... Oh my lord, yep, that's not even worth contemplating. That would be a ridiculous amount of time spent and a very, very long wing section, which isn't really what I'm after here. Now, where did it go originally? I have to find the place it was in the first place. There it was, okay. Put it back where it was. And then want to bulk up the back anyway, so we're going to do that. So there we are. The back is now nicely armoured, so it's at least got one block to go through before it hits the rotor. But honestly, with the hitbox, it's most likely going to be destroyed via its own weight than anything else anyway. So it's not too much of a concern, honestly, that the fact its defense underneath isn't too great. So that's yeah, I'm okay with it so far. Because double eyes are better than single eyes, yo. And then we could use these to put those there, if I could. Nope, because that's not how it works. There it is. And then finally that like that. Okay. Okay, looks better as well. Sending that out a bit further. Also means we can have the wing come out further, which means we can have an extra line of kind of attachment. And thus it's less likely that it's destroyed. It's still annoying that this is how it is, but it's just how it is, and it's how we're going to live with it. Sadly. Okay, back to the prisms. I feel like I might need some more of these, honestly. Yeah, definitely need to purchase some prisms. I am saving up currently for my Megabot. Well, to improve my Megabot, so that's why we're going into tier 7 and not into tier 9 like I originally said we were going to, just so I can save up some RP so I don't have to buy a lot of blocks to do that. Let's replace some of these with corner blocks if I can, prism blocks rather. I always call them corner blocks even though they clearly aren't. Now that I don't like. I don't like how this is. That's better. Still not good though. I don't like it at all. Why do you do it like that? I don't know, but yeah, for now I think it's just how we're going to have to deal with it, sadly. Which is a shame indeed. Now let's see, can I put this like that, and then that won't look quite as conspicuous. Awesome. Can I do that on the other side as well? Possibly. The way like that? Yeah, we kinda can, okay. Then put that there. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Just got this little section here which I'm not happy with at all. It's one block thick for a start. So, I did want my weapons here. Now, I'm going to put down one of my weapons straight away. A tier 9 plasma, which is going to go there as my main weapon. And then we're going to be using tier 7 launchers everywhere else, just so we don't over robot rank, but we do have a nice volley of weapons, including one extremely potent one. Of course, like I said, these wings aren't necessarily needed for movement. As long as 2 wings are there, it's okay. I don't like this. It's a nagging thing. I'm not happy with it in the slightest, but I think we're going to have to live with it if we want this kind of pattern. Now, it could do, is a possibility, is attach this middle section to the wing. That would provide an extra, oh dear, an extra stage of support for the wing structure, so it's less single point destruction. And that doesn't actually look too terrible. Okay, so that's what we're going to go with. I'm absolutely fine with that indeed. How many more? Okay, we have a lot of prisms, but we may have overbought prisms as a bit of a overcompensation there. There we go, and then a prism there as well. Just hold that together. Might as well put a piece in the middle. May as well. Bulk up this entire section so it doesn't look so conspicuous again. Okay, so there we have it. There we have a decently armoured pair of wings, and it's a quadcopter like I wanted it to be originally, and everything else is nice. Now, I do have a feeling that that would look nice there. And it would. Okay, a bit of side protection for that. So now, though, I would like to go with thrusters rather than shielding, as a bit of speed would certainly not go... Ooh, that's a nice place for those. For a bit of extra turning ability. Would not go unnoticed. It would certainly be a very nice thing indeed. So, put those there, then, ooh, we can fit a small thruster in there. Which would be nice and well protected as well. And then side thrusters. I would like side thrusters. They wouldn't push us down quite so much like that. Okay, not bad at all. Now we can go about perhaps using some tier 7 armor blocks, our actual tier of armor blocks, to protect the main points, to protect these sections which are actually important to us. Oh, I will always forget that isn't where I think it is. I always think it is, that block is underneath it, and that block's actually an armor block. Ugh, it's silly me. I'm just so used to blocks not having so many hard points, of being a bit more, what's the word here? A bit more expectable to where they actually are. So let's just put these in here, put that there, and continue our little stripe. It's our little racing stripe. And that will at least connect to there in a way. Now I could go behind it, I guess. Would like to have a less of a block structure here, so perhaps we'll just do this. There we go. Thankfully, helicopters can take an immense amount of weight without being impeded, so this being quite so heavy looking shouldn't be too much of an issue, I hope. There we are. This section here definitely needs to be armoured up as well, because obviously it's so vulnerable. I think the entire undercarriage there. Yeah, okay. Let's purchase some more tier 7 blocks then. They are exceedingly expensive, but there we are. Less prisms, we don't need those just yet. Lovely. And then the wing itself as well could be protected. Of course, our seat as well would be nice. Do have a bit of protection on. Oh, I quite like that, but having the stripe go down the front seems correct to me. Even if I do like the look of double eyes. Now, it's no longer double eyes, but there we are. There's a nice important place, so it gets the weapon, and then we're going to do a bit of a skeletal line to clip every weapon, and of course make a bit of a harder structure for the wing itself. Now, I may run out of ranking while doing this, and if so, then so be it. It's just a bit of a spinal cord for the wing, which is fine. But can it get to the weapon? It can indeed get to the weapon. Excellent. And put that there. Lovely. Put that there as well. No, it says no. We can do normal blue blocks though. Okay, so that should at least be a bit of extra. Oh, of course I want it on the. That's one off. Okay, so. Oh no, it's not one off. It's actually on it. Excellent. We actually did it without thinking. That's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so that. Ignoring that little section there, which I'm still not happy with, I'm actually, well, happy with how this has turned out. Can I put a block there? I can. Okay, let's purchase. Yep, let's purchase some blue blocks then, just to add a bit of extra protection to that, and then we'll go into a practice match, see if it works, and then possibly we'll have a quick game with it if time is permitting on my end. Okay. Okay. It's big, it's chunky, and it's got a decent amount of firepower, even though it could easily hold more if we were to down tier the rotor blades, for instance, which I am tempted to do for sake of armour. Must be said. There we are. I like it. Oh, it turns nicely because of the thrusters. How does it move forward? It moves forward fantastically, and I love the glass case for the flag. I'm actually really happy with that. A gift! Yes, got his tail. Excellent. One of the saddest things in the world is a walker with only 2 legs left, which isn't designed to do so. However, that's walking oddly well. We're going to watch it as some form of convoy. We are huge, I've just realised, because that is the scorpion you can buy in the store. Now, let's see if we can find another one. So let's destroy that one. Hopefully another one will spawn. Let's see how big we actually are in comparison. Perhaps we can actually hit the target. I am a terrible shot. Oh, there we are. There's one. Excellent. Who are you? You are a scout. You are a medic. Oh, no, you are definitely a scout. I thought he was a medic for a second then. That was bizarre. Excuse me, sir. I need to see how big I am in comparison to you, because you are a huge robot. What about me? How big am I in comparison to you? We are massive. Okay. We are actually ridiculously huge. I didn't realise how big we were. Okay, I'm more than happy with that then. Excellent, excellent. Let's go back to the hangar bay and let's just talk about any last changes then. So, what else do I want to change, if anything? Honestly, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Obviously, shields would do a world of good. I wonder what a Rotor Blade tier 9 would look like on this thing. Oh, that would look awesome, but to have to knock back our blade even further, so not really what I want there. So I could change these for tier 7. How much does that free off for me? Oh my lord, look how much ranking that gives me. However, I do think the blades themselves are so important to be higher tier. However, more yellow armor would be fantastic in increasing our survivability. So possibly go down the halfway point of having 2 tier 7s, 2 tier 8s. Might be what the doctor has ordered. No, actually no, for now I think I'll stick with full tier 8. I just can't help myself. So, I'll just have a quick check of the time of how long we've been recording, and then I'll decide what we're going to do from here. Well, sir and sirettes, it has been 20 minutes, and I do want to do some more things to the robot, so I'm actually going to cut the video here due to time constraints, and I will do another video very, very soon, possibly tomorrow, actual gameplay of this robot and any changes I make with it. I'll be recording it very soon. Thank you for watching, I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope this is a design you like the look of. I'm actually rather happy with it, it must be said, even though I do think more electroplates would certainly aid it a great deal. Thank you very very much for watching. Hope you have a lovely day, and do take care. Hope to see you next time. Favourites, shares, subscriptions, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and just makes me feel good in my blackened soul and heart. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Just have a nice day. Do take care.